Today marks 1 year since the Waukesha Christmas parade tragedy, how that community is honoring survivors and remembering those who were lost in the violent attack.
Also, arrests have been made in Columbia County after a deer was stolen from a family's property. Police are now thanking tipsters on Facebook who helped lead them to the suspects.
And we'll share highlights from the U.S.-Wales World Cup match and how local communities are celebrating and watching those contests. You're watching News 3 Now at 5. Whether Madison School Board decides to do nothing or possibly reinstate a fired principal, they will hear from his supporters first, as teachers plan to talk to the school board at its regular meeting tonight at 6.
Their message is straightforward: reinstate Dr. Jeffrey Copeland. He was fired almost 2 months ago after he accidentally left a voicemail for a job applicant with some comments the district called inappropriate. In the message, Copeland was critical of the district's hiring process and questioned the qualifications of the applicant. The applicant had a degree from the Dominican Republic and wanted a job with MMSD as a science teacher, but was being considered for a position as a special education teacher. Copeland's supervisor rejected his grievance that claimed there was no good reason to fire him.
And that leaves Copeland with fewer options to get his job back, but still some hope. Tahlil Mohadeen joins us now live at the Madison School District headquarters to share how Senate teachers are coming to his defense. Tahlil?
Eric and Susan, in about an hour, the school board will start meeting at the auditorium. To our Senate staff tell me they plan to let the school board know they want their principal back. Meantime, they come to his performance.
Having some audio issues with Tahlil's live shot there. The teachers have praised Dr. Copeland's performance and the positive impact he had at Senate Middle School during his short stint as principal. Staff members there say Dr. Copeland has plans to meet privately with the school board later this month, likely heading into the district's employee handbook's final stage in the grievance for dismissal process. Tonight at 10, we'll let you know what happened at tonight's school board. And for more background, of course, you can head to channel3000.com. Time now to get a look at your certified most accurate forecast. Here's Julian Seawright out on the weather patio. Julian?
Well, we didn't have too bad of a start to our Monday, but for the rest of the night, it's still going to be a chilly one for us. Taking a look at what we're seeing as of right now, still plenty of clear skies for us, even though we are looking at some of that snow still lingering on many houses here. We're looking at temperatures to really fall by the time we get into the later parts of this evening, and especially heading into tonight. The good news is it's going to be rather a starry night until we get into around 10 o'clock, where cloud cover will start to build, and on top of it, temperatures will continue to fall. Right now, temperatures are 33 degrees here in Madison, 34 for Janesville, and 33 as well for Plattsville. And tonight, our temperatures will fall to around 21 degrees here in Madison, with 23 in Janesville and 24 for Plattsville. So many of us will be in the lower or middle end of those 20s by the time we get into the later parts of tonight. But we got to talk about potentially seeing this dry streak ending heading into Thanksgiving. But will we see some showers? Well, we'll talk about that coming up in a few moments. Till then, back to you guys.
Julian, thank you. Police are asking for the public's help in finding a missing UW-Madison student who hasn't been heard from in more than a month now. Family members of 19-year-old Enzo Shun reported him missing last week, and police have not been able to find him. According to an incident report from the Madison Police Department, Shun, an international student from China, has not had any connections with family or university resources in over a month now. He was reportedly staying at a Super 8 hotel at 1602 West Beltline Highway, but police tell us that hotel staff members last remember seeing him back in mid-September. New at 5, an 11-year-old who was killed in a hunting accident over the weekend has now been identified as a 6th grader from Berlin. Investigators say Easton Tom was fatally shot around 9 Sunday morning in Seneca. That's a town in Green Lake County. The DNR says a 41-year-old man in the same hunting party was trying to unload his gun, which was placed in the back seat of the vehicle when it went off. Tom was hit in the chest and later died at a hospital. The Berlin Area School District will provide counseling to students and staff this week.
Today marks the 1-year anniversary of the Waukesha Christmas parade tragedy. In honor of the victims, Governor Evers has ordered flags to fly at half-staff. The incident left 6 people dead and dozens of others injured and traumatized. The governor says the anniversary is also a chance to honor the brave first responders, community leaders, and neighbors who rushed to help that day. Right now, the Waukesha community is gathering at Cutler Park for a remembrance ceremony. The event aims to honor the lives lost and support those who are still suffering. Waukesha's mayor asked the community to turn the city blue, lighting their homes and businesses with blue lights as a symbol of unity. City leaders also say plans are underway to build a permanent memorial for the victims.
New details tonight about the nightclub shooting that left 5 people dead, several others hurt in Colorado. Jen Sullivan tells us more about the victims and the brave clubgoers who stopped the gunman's violent rampage.
A growing memorial of flowers and messages of love outside of Club Q in Colorado Springs. A city in mourning after a gunman opened fire inside the gay club, killing at least 5 people and injuring 19 others. The LGBTQ community left terrified.
There was a moment in time where I feared I was not going to make it out of that club alive.
Michael Anderson was bartending Saturday night when a gunman began shooting.
Around 11:55 or so, I heard a few popping sounds. I saw the outline of a man holding a rifle at the entrance of the club, just probably about 15 feet from me.
Among the victims killed, Derek Rump and Daniel Aston, who were also bartending that night. The horrific shooting leaving the city shaken.
We are both grieving, angry, concerned, worried.
The shooting lasted minutes. Authorities say 2 clubgoers stopped the shooter from continuing his rampage. Without their heroic actions, police say it could have been much worse.
We know that he had a long gun, an AR-style weapon, and that was the main weapon that he did utilize during this shooting. He additionally had a second handgun.
Police identifying the suspect as 22-year-old Anderson Lee Aldrich, who faces 5 counts of first-degree murder, among other charges. I'm Jen Sullivan reporting.
The suspect remains in custody at a hospital. The attack happened on the eve of Transgender Day of Remembrance, which honors lives lost to violence.
New at 5, 1 person is dead and more than a dozen others are hurt after an SUV crashed through an Apple store in Massachusetts. Investigators say it happened in Hingham about an hour after the store opened this morning. The driver was unharmed and is being questioned by police. Police have not said what led to the crash or if it was an accident.
People were on the ground, yeah, and there was a lot of people like kneeling next to them on the ground, so it was hard to tell what was going on.
As the investigation continues, it's also unclear whether the driver will face any charges.
Imagine the range of emotions. You shoot a trophy buck on opening day, run off to tell your family and friends, and return to find it missing.
Well, thanks to some internet sleuthing and detective work, this story has a happy ending. Catherine Merck learned more about what happened in Columbia County and how to prevent it from happening to you. Catherine?
The buck that this boy hunted had more points than the teen has years, making it a prized possession to the family, but also to the person who stole it. Here are the photos the hunter's mom posted to Facebook. The mother said the boy went back to his nearby home to let his grandparents know. He came back and it was gone. Luckily, there is a happy ending to this story here. The deer was returned to the boy and his family after the Columbia County Sheriff and the DNR got involved. The warden says this story is a reminder to keep an eye on your gear and your game, especially when it's this valuable.
I mean, I've hunted a lot of years and I've never had an opportunity to see a deer that nice. The same recommendation that we make to people that come and visit our state parks is don't leave anything of value out where people can see it. There are people in this world that are just that way. They're going to come and try to take it.
As for the person who stole the deer, he had already turned the buck into meat. The mother says the person is planning to give the meat back to the family once it's processed. The sheriff's office and the DNR are wrapping up their investigations now, and they're going to send things off to the DA's office where charges could follow.
Catherine, thank you. The American Family Insurance Championship returned this year with no restrictions, raising over $2 million for charitable organizations. The total proceeds raised and the recipients of them were announced today at the American Family Insurance corporate headquarters. In attendance was American Family Insurance spokesperson and professional golfer Steve Stricker.
So I just want to say thank you. We can't do it without all of you. The sponsors, American Family Insurance. This is just You can tell how much it means to me. Sorry again. How much this means to me to be able to do this.
The Stricker family.
Among the recipients of the proceeds were the American Family Children's Hospital, the Badger Childhood Cancer Network, and Camp Hometown Heroes.
Gotta love Steve Stricker.
Yeah, you can really see how much it means to him. Very emotional. The U.S. and Wales battled it out today to a 1-1 draw in their World Cup opener in Qatar this afternoon.
Timothy Weah scored a goal in the 36th minute to give the U.S. the lead at halftime, but Gareth Bale struck from the penalty spot late in the second half, earning Wales that important point. And looking ahead, the U.S. plays England Friday, followed by a match with Iran next week. 1 p.m. on a Monday. That's a tough time to get rowdy for a sporting event, but you didn't need to look overseas or even to big American cities to find excitement for the World Cup.
In fact, Madison's home soccer field was amped up. It was filled with diehard fans hoping to see the men's team notch an opening round win. Will Keneally joins us live from Breese-Stevens Field with more. Will?
Well, Susan, indeed, there's a lot of pent-up energy here today as the U.S. men's national team hasn't appeared on the World Cup stage since 2014. Although the team didn't come away with the win today, their fans were still excited to be here at Breese-Stevens.
You know, Madison has such a vibrant soccer community that we want to kind of encapsulate that with our watch parties.
And Forward Madison wanted that community to have a home base to watch the World Cup. So the club opened its doors for a watch party. Some were out early from school or sparing a few hours from work.
Well, since my employer might see this, I would be diligently in my office working, generating significant sums of income for my employer.
And the match started out with an electric early goal from the U.S.
It was amazing. I've never been in here to watch the World Cup, and especially the whole crowd go wild. It's like blowing my mind.
But Wales equalized on a penalty kick late, and the 1-1 score would hold.
I think they dominated most of the game. They deserved a win, it seemed, but a draw still with Wales is, I think, a pretty good result at the end of the day.
When the U.S. men take the field again Friday, Forward Madison's doors will be open again.
We've opened this brand new bar space in the Forward Club, and it just kind of made sense to invite fans over to the Forward Club and experience all the joy that soccer has during the World Cup.
And so Forward Madison plans to have the rest of the World Cup games available for fans to watch. They plan to have their doors open from 7 to 3 each day, except for Thanksgiving. Reporting from Madison, Will Keneally, News 3 Now.
All right, Will, thank you. Coming up, Julian has your latest complete forecast.
Plus, the Bidens begin their Thanksgiving celebrations a little early this year. The details are coming up next.
And the markets begin the week with a bit of a thud. The Dow falling 45, the NASDAQ loses more than 121.5. The S&P 500 down more than 15. We'll be right back.
Vitense Golfland offers a free Top Tracer golf range experience. Obtain valuable shot information with warm-up, track your shot history with My Practice, play virtual golf, long drive, points game, go fish. Only at Vitense Golfland.
We cannot wait any longer. We need new appliances.
The last 11% off sale is going on now. Save big money on your next project at Menards.
So, yeah, we need to add another bathroom this year.
The last 11% off sale is going on now. Save big money on your next project at Menards.
If you overdraw your account, Wells Fargo gives you an extra day grace period to avoid the overdraft fee. What if everything came with a grace period? Like accidentally parking where you shouldn't.
Hey, what about this one? Nah, that one gets an extra day. Somebody got lucky.
Like having an extra day grace period? When it comes to overdrafts, you can with Wells Fargo.
Black Friday deals all month long during our huge Thanksgiving sale at Slumberland Furniture. Incredible prices, plus get 30% off on top of that store-wide. Come find your new sofa, sectional, or Lazy Boy recliner on sale. And we're still offering no interest for 3 years. 30% off and Black Friday deals all month long? Yes. And And don't forget, mattress shopping is easy, fast, and comfortable. Come see our difference and get a great sale on a mattress today at Slumberland Furniture.
Hey, there's my girl. Who's that?
Life can be uncomfortable. Your home doesn't have to be. Whether you're looking for all the advanced features or something with a lower upfront cost, with Rheem heating equipment, you can stay comfortable even in the most uncomfortable situations.
Oh, come on. Yes, let's go.
Feel the Wohlers difference. Call Wohlers Heating and Air Conditioning today, serving Dane County for over 45 years.
Vitense Golfland offers an outdoor golf range practice and entertainment experience for all ages. Golf suites with 36 covered and heated tee areas are equipped with free top tracer. Grill and bar items are served directly to your golf suite. Enjoy sweet fun at Vitense Golfland.
With dorms filled to the brim, UW-Madison is offering incentives to vacate. A student who accepted the university's deal outlines their experience since the arrangement.
And a local boy's hunting season ends with discontent as his prize was stolen. The story tonight at 6.
News 3 Now's Call for Action team gets results.
We're taking action for you.
Nearly 700 cases closed, more than $500,000 recovered, and we're not finished yet. When you need help, call for action only on News 3 Now. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
With cold and flu season upon us, many are taking preventative measures to protect their health, like getting flu shots and COVID boosters. Unfortunately, this time of year always sees a drop in blood donations, and unlike other life-saving treatments, blood donations cannot be stockpiled due to the shelf life of red blood cells and platelets.
An increase in the number of people getting sick and not eligible to donate, while at the same time the demand stays constant.
The Red Cross is hoping that more eligible people will step up. If you are healthy and symptom-free in the coming months, you're encouraged to roll up your sleeves and help save some lives. President Biden issued the second Thanksgiving turkey pardon of his presidency, sparing 2 birds from North Carolina.
The South Lawn ceremony had the president fulfilling that tradition that goes back 3/4 of a century now. Natalie Brand reports from the White House.
In a decades-old tradition, President Biden kicked off the holiday week by pardoning 2 turkeys named Chocolate and Chip.
Based on their temperament and commitment to being productive members of society, I hereby pardon. I hereby pardon Chocolate and Chip.
The pair from North Carolina got the full red carpet treatment in the nation's capital, even ruffling a few feathers during their hotel stay.
2 years ago, we couldn't even safely have Thanksgiving with large family gatherings. Now we can.
The president also used the occasion to remind people to get their booster and flu shots before gathering with loved ones this holiday season.
We have new COVID vaccine updates to deal with, new variants to protect you and your loved ones. So get it today.
First Lady Jill Biden and a fellow Army National Guard mom welcomed the official White House Christmas tree Monday in 18.5-foot fir from a Pennsylvania farm. Tonight, the president and First Lady will head to North Carolina to serve meals at a dinner for military service members stationed at Marine Corps Air Station Cherry Point. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Washington.
Well, those pardoned turkeys, you heard the president mention their names, Chocolate and Chip, will now spend their retirement on the North Carolina State University campus in Raleigh. Well, let's get a look at your certified most accurate weather. Julian C. right now with your forecast. Julian?
Well, the theme of this week is going to be smooth sailing, especially once we get to Turkey Day in itself. As we continue throughout the rest of tonight, we are looking for this cold front to advance, dropping temperatures well below freezing once again for us, but at least it's going to still be on the dry side thanks to this high pressure system, which is going to start to descend into the upper Midwest, keeping things rather dry and smooth for us for the next few days. Outside of it, though, 21 degrees. That's what we're going to be falling for tonight. It's going to be a little colder than it was last night, and cloud cover in itself is going to continue to build as we get into the later parts of tonight in itself. Temperatures around southern Wisconsin are going to be on the lower to mid to 20 end for us, with 23 degrees in Janesville and 24 degrees for Platteville. And as we get into tomorrow, well, it's going to be very similar to today. Rather pleasant, 40 degrees for us here in Madison, 43 for Platteville, and 44 for Janesville. Not as much sunshine, but still plenty of it, as we are still still going to see some partly sunny skies as we get into our Tuesday afternoon. Outside of it, though, cloud cover will build, and once we get into the overnights, it's going to start to dissipate. However, for us at Madison, still looking at a couple of areas with some cloud cover to linger for us, but as you're heading out the door, just note, temperatures are going to be on the surface into the mid-20s, but we're not looking at too much in terms of wind strength, so it's not going to be a factor for wind chills so much as you're heading out the door for tomorrow or going into our Tuesday afternoon. Cloud cover will linger as we get into the lunchtime hour, but it will start to clear out once again once we get into the rest of our afternoon. Our peak warming hours are going to be around 3 o'clock for tomorrow. That's where we're going to see the 40s really take firm over the southern Wisconsin area. And as we get into the 5 p.m. commutes, we're going to start to cool down into the mid-30s for us here in Madison, but still holding into the upper 30s between Platteville and Janesville as we get into our Tuesday evening. Now, outside of that, transitioning into Wednesday, we're looking for another bout of cloud cover starting to descend itself into southern Wisconsin. Temperatures will still hold into the mid-20s, which is close to seasonable for this time of year, especially as you're heading out the door. And then we're going to be seeing, once again, start to warm up once we go into our Wednesday afternoon, which is going to be looking at, once again, just smooth sailing for us as we get into the rest of the week. But let's talk about Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving in itself is going to be a cloudy day for us, but we could see a couple of areas, especially just north and south of Dane County, where we could see a couple of showers stray their way through as we get into our Thursday afternoon, but it's mainly going to be Thursday afternoon. As we get to Thursday night, may see a couple of stray showers for some areas just to the east, but overnights we're looking for, it's pretty clear, much clearer up for us. So we're looking for things to still be rather quiet. Here's our 3 things we'll need to know. We're staying dry throughout much of this week. Our best opportunity for the week to see any kind of activity will be on Thursday, but outside of it, we're going to stay near or above seasonable for temperatures throughout the course of the week. And that's what we're seeing from our 10-day forecast. Temperatures into the 40s are going to continue to rise into the mid and upper 40s by the time we get into our holiday. For the weekend, still stabilizing between the low to the mid 40s for us. Plenty of sunshine, but the next week are our best opportunities for us to see any kind of activity, especially getting into the mid part of the week once we go into Wednesday, guys.
All right, Julian, thank you. Next at 5, an update on the mission to the moon. Some pictures from NASA's lunar flyby coming up.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Dove invited women who wanted their damaged hair trimmed.
Yes, I need a trim.
I just want to be able to cut the damage.
We tried Dove instead. So, still need that trim?
Oh my gosh! I'm actually shocked. I don't need a haircut.
Don't trim daily damage. Stop it with Dove.
Why do dermatologists choose Dove?
The Dove Beauty Bar is gentle, not only cleans, hydrates my skin.
As a dermatologist, I want what's best for our skin.
With 1/4 moisturizing cream, Dove is the #1 bar dermatologists use at home.
The original immersive Van Gogh exhibit is opening November 24th at Lighthouse Art Space, Madison. Get lost in the sights and sounds of this completely spectacular, vivid, and breathtaking immersive art experience that ABC calls absolutely stunning. The New York Times raves that the original immersive Van Gogh exhibit is a must-see, lavish artistic festival. Tickets available now at vangoghmadison.com.
We know you have to drive through the mud if you want to reach the rainbow. Brave the desert before you find the oasis. Conquer the mountain to see how far your dreams can take you. The all-new CR-V and CR-V Hybrid, part of the Honda line of rugged vehicles.
Touching the stars. The Internet of Things is evolving, creating the Internet of You. And Spectrum, America's leading internet and mobile provider, is bringing you seamless connectivity across all your devices. Introducing Spectrum One, Spectrum Internet with speeds of 300 megabits, advanced Wi-Fi, and Spectrum Mobile Unlimited, all for just $49.99 a month. Call 833-673-4999. Spectrum Internet delivers speeds up to a gig with over 99.9% network reliability. Advanced Wi-Fi provides enhanced security and privacy
privacy that automatically blocks threats to protect all of your devices. And Spectrum Mobile gives you unlimited talk, text, and data with nationwide 5G and the most reliable service coast to coast. Switch now. Call 833-673-4999. At Spectrum, it's not just about connecting things, it's about connecting you. Get it all with Spectrum One, Spectrum Internet, advanced Wi-Fi, and one line of Spectrum Mobile Unlimited for $49.99 a month. Call 833-673-4999 or visit a Spectrum store today.
DePaco Credit Union members are better together because together members share thank yous, a DePaco-only perk that thanks members in cash. And because you're not just a member, you're also an owner, everyone benefits. How will this year's nearly $3.7 million in thank yous benefit you and your community? Since 2016, DePaco members have shared nearly $24.4 million. We truly are better together. Join the movement where your member ownership pays. Visit your nearest DePaco branch or join online at depaco.com.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
NASA's Orion capsule is now headed into distant orbit around the moon after a flyby this morning that took the capsule 80 miles above the lunar surface.
Christian Benavides has the amazing video, 232,000 miles from Earth.
Orion's onboard cameras captured this view of the approaching moon and a very small Earth floating in the distance. The blue orb then disappeared as NASA's capsule and crew of test mannequins began a 34-minute journey around the backside of the moon.
And we do have loss of signal.
No communication could happen here, hence the animation. But during this time, NASA says Orion buzzed 80 miles above the moon's surface. Orion then fired up its orbital maneuvering system engine, leveraging the moon's gravitational pull to catapult into a new distant orbit.
Earthrise of our pale blue dot.
About an hour later, Orion soared above Tranquility Base, where Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin landed on July 20th, 1969.
This is one of those days that you've been thinking about and dreaming about for a long, long time.
Next Monday, Orion will travel about 270,000 miles from Earth, the furthest in NASA's history for a spacecraft intended for astronauts.
NASA looks at the Artemis program as really a two-phase sort of thing. One, test technology and procedures in order to eventually go to Mars. And two, look for resources you can mine on the moon to make exploration easier and lower cost.
Orion's 3-week journey will end December 11th with a splashdown near San Diego in the Pacific Ocean.
3, 2, 1. Boosters in ignition.
Orion blasted off last week atop the most powerful moon rocket NASA has ever built. If this Artemis mission is successful, astronauts are slated to head to the moon as early as 2024. Christian Benavides, CBS News, Miami.
NASA says the rocket that sent the Orion capsule into space caused more damage to the launch pad than expected.
Now, the liftoff thrust was so powerful it tore off the blast doors of the elevator there. And we're back with a final check of your First Warn forecast in just a moment.
Vitense Golfland offers an outdoor golf range practice and entertainment experience for all ages. Golf suites with 36 covered and heated tee areas are equipped with free top tracer. Grill and bar items are served directly to your golf suite. Enjoy sweet fun at Vitense Golfland.
Can't get home in time to watch the news? News 3 Now is always on.
Get Channel 3000 app now so you'll have all the day's top stories in the palm of your hand.
The Channel 3000 app. Get it now.
Powered by News 3 Now.
Right now, score the lowest prices of the year at Brothers Maine. You won't find lower prices anywhere. And enjoy our free delivery. Shop family-owned Brothers Maine's low price guarantee on brands like Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, and Amana. Feel like family. Brothers Maine.
2 new IHOP lunch and dinner menu items for twice the goodness, twice the flavor, and twice the choice. Sirloin Salisbury steak and all-natural salmon. Perfect for lunch or dinner. Only at IHOP. Download the app and earn free food with every purchase.
National call centers, they're just not the way to go when you can meet with a trusted and knowledgeable Medicare insurance agent from Informed Choice Insurance Agency. Because nobody knows your local hospitals, doctors, and pharmacies like your local Informed Choice Insurance agent.
Wells Fargo lets you know where you stand with your FICO credit score.
What if you knew where you stood with everything? Like your future in-laws.
Hope you like cats.
I hope your parents like me. They're whispering.
The kitties like her.
Oh, can they tell I'm allergic? Tears of joy.
Welcome to the family.
Like knowing where you stand? When it comes to your credit score, you can with Wells Fargo.
If you're on Medicare and Medicaid, it pays to pick a plan with the benefits you want. With the iCare Medicare plan, members receive a spending account card that gives them $150 total per month to spend on food, OTC items, utilities, or even rent. Members also have a $0 copay for all covered Part D drugs and dental and vision coverage. Call to speak with a licensed sales agent who will help you find out if you're eligible. Rest easy. iCare is looking out for you and your health.
Now's your last chance to design and buy the Clearview kitchen of your dreams and save 11%. Get a free estimate instantly with our You Create Cabinetry Planner. It features interactive tools that factor in the details that matter, from soft closing doors to spacious pull-out drawers. You'll be able to customize the perfect kitchen for you. What are you waiting for? It's your last chance to get 11% off your entire kitchen remodel at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Vitense Golfland offers 2 golf and multi-sport simulator suites. Play great golf courses with unmatched viewing clarity. Play different sports such as football and soccer. Have fun with Zombie Ball. Vitense Golfland provides simulator fun for everyone.
Julian rejoins us. Final check of the forecast.
Well, the good news is the next few days are going to be actually rather nice for us, especially as we get closer to one of the best holidays ever, and it's Thanksgiving. We're looking at temperatures to be on a nice increase into the upper 40s by the time we get into Thursday. Could potentially see a shower around dinner time for us, but outside of that, not a lot of activity, especially as we transition to the weekend. Next week, though, do have a couple of opportunities of some activity for us. There will be some showers or even some snow, but until then, we got to enjoy the 40s while we have it.
Good stuff.
Good to have good travel out there as well for folks that are traveling for the holiday. Thanks for joining us. We're back in 30 minutes for News 3 Now at 6. Stay tuned now for the CBS Evening News.